Hello, so this will be a backtest for USD SGD. So first of all, I will just select some random period, so something like this. Now I will just understand what my lowest time frame will be, and lowest available time frame is 4 hours. So this will be used for entries for some time until more data will be available. And let's analyze what we have here on monthly. So monthly we have a market that was moving to the downside, then recently created this big push to the upside. So institutionally we are still moving to the downside and targeting these lows. At the same time, what we have here is this zone. So this zone is interesting because it was formed with no liquidity sweep whatsoever, so we just like a V-shaped reversal and then continuations to the downside. And right now we have these two legs that I believe put immediate pressure on the market. It would be interesting though to see a reaction from this zone, so I will mark it. And if anything, we are moving down to the zone. And what is holding us on weekly, I believe, is this swing. So this is a weekly swing. This zone on weekly will not be of too much interest, but maybe it will be something on daily. So yeah, on weekly we are in this swing. This zone is pretty weak if we are talking about the sweeps. So it would be better if this zone would do something like this. But again, it's not necessary to trade straight direct reaction from the zone. We can see how it all reacts. And now daily. So daily is in a clear downtrend, just very obvious downtrend. And recently it made two shifts to the upside on daily, like this and like this, after 12 consecutive shifts to the downside. So what can we expect? Can we expect a deeper pullback? Definitely, if we will break this high, we have a lot of space to work on weekly. We are kind of extended. We have 5 consecutive shifts on weekly, so I believe we at least should go to here in the pullback phase. The shifts right now are pretty clear. Of course, we need to understand that the pressure on the market is bearish, so we might expect this as well. So I will orient myself on the lower time frames. And lower time frame in this situation is 4 hours. So what we have here on 4 hours is again a huge bearish trend with recent possible accumulation here and some reaction from the accumulation. It can also be a redistribution, so as it was many times before. Because of that, because of the fact that we like broke on the weekly and extended on the weekly, we are quite deep on the daily, and we are in a bullish on daily. At the same time, we have bearish context from high time frames, so I will just follow the lower time frames and then decide on how it will move. So on the lower, we have basically what we have. We have this institutional leg here, and then inside structure from this institutional leg or a real structure from 4 hours. 3 shifts to the upside, 1 to the downside, and now 1 shift to the upside. So overall, until this is holding, this is pretty bullish. This price action is not the clearest one, but if we break, if we follow this and this impulse correction, then we can start looking for longs here. If we break this is a pretty classic setup. Let's see how it goes. So Not sure if this is triggered. So let's consider it triggered, but overall I would just keep the setup because it became just too range. Okay, so I guess we have a chance to go break even since we consider this as triggered. So right now it's a break even. So what I think about this price action here as we are approaching the target is that we created. So first of all, we followed the overall push here, then created this impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse with this huge range. And now we created impulse. We took liquidity for fractal reaccumulation. And now, usually, if reaccumulation and trend wants to continue, it needs to break these highs. Otherwise, if we break here, it will almost surely be break even, because then in motion we will have this zone that was created after liquidity was taken, and now it will push the market to some distance. So yeah, we don't want to break right now. Yeah, and now so because we didn't break here, I'm expecting a break even. It's almost like a setup in itself, you know. Impulse correction. Yeah. Okay, so first we have a break even here. Okay, so I record break even, and now we shifted back to the better side. Let's check daily, and daily is just breaking to the downside, and it becomes it starts to be in confluence with weekly and monthly timeframes. So we have this break to the downside. We took this liquidity, we went for redistribution. So now we can expect these lows to act as a target. Right now, to enter on 4 hours, it's pretty late. So as I said, we had this setup, we had this smaller setup, but now after a break, you expect either a sideways tight movement to continue, then lower, or you expect a deeper pullback. But I will follow the bearishness here. So this again a setup in itself, but it's a bit extended from EMAs and in the range itself. So I'm just keeping it. What I would like to see is some kind of liquidity taken, and then continuation the upside. We definitely have this swing here. So let's just see. So far it continues to the downside, but very choppy, very slowly, nothing for me. Falls and falls. I want to see some kind of a pullback. Perfect. Ideally one more push to the upside. Okay, great. So right now we are in a clear swing on 4 hours. We also started to take some liquidity above these highs, and right now we are in the pullback phase. So I don't want to trade this pullback because I will not have 1 to 3, but I can expect internal price shifts, or fractal shifts, or even internal shifts to the downside, and then follow. So right now we have some fractal zones. They probably start to hold, and basically I would like to wait a little bit, because these pushes are really clean, and I don't want to go against them. Okay, so just waiting. And now we are mitigating deep zones from here. Let's see if we will have some bearish confirmation. So we're starting to break to the bearish side. And what I want to see from this internal range here, I want to see this. And otherwise, I just keep. So we are breaking to above. And if we break these lows, I would like to enter somewhere here. So we are definitely triggered, I guess. So triggered here. Not have an immediate push after entry. Right now, some movement to the downside, and we see this impulse correction. So what can make the price go to the upside? So of course, first of all, this leg, which is bullish in itself. We also have these zones for possible reaction. Even if it will not be too big, it could stop us out. And yeah. So what we have on daily is more and more reminding about just a usual range. Okay. So again, in the logic of bearish movement, what we did here is we mitigated the zone and showed a reaction. At the same time, taking this liquidity, mitigating zones from here. And now, of course, if we will not do something like this, it will be a stop loss, definitely a stop loss. But is this zone strong? So I don't think so, to be honest. We didn't create any kind of liquidity here except for this one, and this zone didn't liquidate anything, and basically it didn't break the deeper zone, the swing itself. And of course we know that daily, weekly, monthly are all bearish, but let's see if it will be enough for the price to fall substantially. So we are just ranging, approach and stop loss, create an impulse correction and possible impulse to the upside. Let's see. Yeah, so price is just holding itself up here and not looking good for the trade. Okay, so starting some down movement here, and we will probably at least will make an attempt to go below these lows and then maybe below these lows. If price will be able to stay below it, then it will mean it will confirm the idea that everything here was just a liquidity grab from here and a redistribution from daily. Again, let's come back to the trade. If it will break somewhere here, I'm good to go for break even. But yeah, ideally we'll have like this, and this a break even level. So yeah, you know, after this kind of a candle, if we will just turn, if we will not continue with pressure here and will turn to the upside and then break, it will most likely just go here. So this a break-even level. The problem with this candle is that unfortunately it just comes from the middle of the range, and it would be great if this price action would be here and this candle was like this. Right now I'm afraid that we might just take this and then have a reaction to the upside. So let's see. So breaking the level, creating one more ICI, and now the question is if we will have the strength to follow to take profit. Yeah, so it is a very common situation when price just stops not far away from your take profit. And again, if your system is fixed RR, then you just need to hold. Okay, so this is a take profit. Great, very happy. And let's record the result and clean the chart a little bit. Good. So so our idea that the bearish trend will continue was basically correct, and now we created a new swing to the downside on the daily. What we have on monthly, let's check again. We have this deeper zone and possible lows to target, so we are just falling there. What we have on weekly, now we have these two zones, these main two zones to work with. So if we are talking about this swing, basically, or yeah, or about this one. So the break came basically mainly from here and from here. We have this break, so this will be two main zones to work with if the price will decide to turn all the way up. On the daily, we have this swing, and let's see how the pullback will start. So okay, we have a huge break to the downside, and the market became overextended, so nothing to trade here. So we just fallen and fallen, and right now we'll either we will see a start of a pullback or just range a price action. Okay, so this is a possible start of a pullback, or again just back and forth for possible short-term accumulation or redistribution. Let's go to 4 hours and see what we have. We have bearish trend, we have then back and forth, which we don't know, it's either a redistribution or accumulation, and I need more information. So far just falling to the downside, and I don't want to follow it here. At this exact point we are extended in the leg itself, and we are in this range. So I definitely expect these highs to be liquidated. Okay, so we have liquidation, and now you know, because the market is so overextended, it will most likely go even higher, and probably hit these deeper zones on higher time frames. Let's see if we will have, but we don't have a necessary risk to reward, so I will just leave the price action to develop. And now we have impulse correction and impulse to the downside, but the condition is pretty rangy, so okay, so it would hit, actually it would hit take profit. Okay, so we just continue to fall and fall and fall. I want to see some kind of a pullback. Yeah, ideally we will clear these highs. Okay, almost. But what we did, we mitigated these deeper zones, and we might be ready to go even lower. We are currently in the pullback. We mitigated, so it might be finished, and And now I want to see same thing that I saw in my first trade. So we liquidate and then create a setup for an entry. Let's see. So we do not do it, we just continue to fall. Small liquidation. So if we break these lows, I would like to continue with the market. So we are triggered. The idea here is that we have this intermediate highs that got ran. We have this zone, and yeah, we have impulse, correction, and impulse. Overall bearish. Everything's bearish, daily bearish. So let's see how it will develop. Oh yeah, this would definitely be a stop loss. So we continue to run a bit higher, and now we are in this range price action. Okay, great. Mitigating deeper zones, and now let's see if we want to continue even higher. So apparently we don't want to do it. And now same thing, impulse, correction, ideally this, and go. Because right now we took these highs, we mitigated deep zone, we created this push, maybe even we are ready to go. Let's see. Okay, so let's take the highs. So it does not want to do it. Let's just follow the price action. If we break from here, so we are triggered. Have some price action from the beginning, but not holding. So again, what we did here is we created this push. We took the high, so something like I was looking for here. In other words, we created a redistribution here, which is a bearish pattern. And now the price does not actually want to continue to come back to this zone, because the zone is created and it should push the price lower and lower, especially if we reject these lows and not take and not close below them. It will be a strong sign that it will be a liquidation. And overall the price action here is pretty rangy. It's a bit all over the place, and yeah, still expecting a full loss here. Yeah, you see it's rejecting, now breaking, one more impulse, correction, and impulse, and this break, moving stop loss to break even. And now let's see what we have here. We have these lows, they just got ran, and we are extended here. So all the chances that the price will do this and take us out at break even, really. Yeah, so unfortunately it's just a break-even trade. Let me record, and let's follow the price action further. It's just ranging on the daily, pretty rangy, moving to the upside in a big push, which could be just a pullback here to these higher zones. Now I am almost sure that we will eventually reach these zones here. Yeah, we extended really far, and actually because of the context overall. If we break to the downside, or we don't even want to break to the downside, but I'm almost sure that because of so much bearish pressure from higher time frames, we need and we just created this push. You see, no loss has been taken or whatsoever. So yeah. And it does not do it even now. Okay, so now we are taking out some lows. We are in a range here, so pretty unclear price action, starting to build up to the upside for possible continuations even higher from this push to the upside. And for bearishness, we want to see breaks here or some clear structure to the downside here. But so far we are pretty bullish in an unclear range that could continue for a long time, so not entering here. But overall it's bullish right now. Yeah, continuing bullish, still expecting a break to the upside. Okay, and we took these lows. I would like to try to catch this bullish move here. Let's see. So we are tapped. We create one more impulse correction, possible impulse to the upside. We are supported by this bullish move here. Let's see. If we break to the upside, then move to break even. Okay, so one more loss. So we have this bullish leg here on daily, and ideally we will have a break to the downside and then continuations. And I'm sorry, I spoke for some time on pause, and I don't know how long. Yeah. Okay, so it seems we do not want to go to the daily lows. We're just continuing to the upside, and I will enter with the market here, targeting this area. We have reaccumulation, impulse correction, and impulse correction, impulse here. The setup is pretty clear. The problem with it is that the zone is not the main one. The main zone that broke is this one. Impulse corrections and so on, and this range is pretty flat, I would say. So let's see if there will be enough boost to push the price higher. Do I want to lose this trade from these levels? So I would like to have one more break to the upside here. Okay, so yeah, it seems like we are completely repeating this trade. Okay, if we break to the upside, then definitely break even. But we don't want to do it. Okay, so this will be one more loss, which brings us to break even. And yeah, let's just follow the market. And it shows bearishness right now. And what I want to do is follow this leg here. We'll probably make some moves to the upside and then continue to the downside. Let's see. So we have moves to the upside now. If we want to shift bearish, and what's interesting, we actually mitigated the deeper daily zone that was responsible for the swing break. And yeah, this part of price action is still bullish. So Yeah, I don't know. It's really choppy. Okay, so we are definitely looking to take out these highs, and let's follow the break if it will happen. So we are triggered. And stop loss here. So now we need to decide if we want to follow bullishness once again. So this whole price action became really rangy, so I don't want to follow it at the moment. Yeah, and it turned out that this was the setup itself. It took these lows and then went. Okay. Unfortunately, we have a losing streak of 3 trades and we have bullish market. And let's try to follow it up. We need some pullback here or range price action. So we have a pullback, a deeper pullback. And now moving to the downside. Moving to the downside in confluence with the weekly swing, but again, this bullish price action that is acting against the bearish swing is pretty strong. So just keeping this range price action. And we now have signs of movement to the downside. And this all could be a distribution. Oh, it's on daily. Oh my god, so I kind of missed this leg, but yeah. So what we have on daily, we have mitigated this strong zone from this swing, which is a part of the chain itself. So now if we break above this, I would like to follow it to the upside. But other than that, we have this recent bearish leg in development. And yeah, let's see how it goes. So it's pretty unclear at the moment, and we start to break to the downside. Yeah, so definitely the market became really bearish. And let's follow this break here at the market, or if it will do something like this, then follow it to the downside. So moving stop loss to break even at this point, and this take profit. Okay, great. So the market returned back to the bearishness that we had from weekly, that we had from monthly, and we are clearly targeting these lows right now. We are moving with momentum to the downside. What we have on daily? On daily, a recent zone is this one, and also we have this zone. This zone is even more interesting. This zone is even more interesting because it's a part of huge accumulation here, and this is one of the zones that is responsible for the break itself. Because if we are considering this as institutional swing structure, then we have this zone that caused the move itself, and then this zone that caused the break itself. So this will be our points of attention, and immediate zone is this one. So basically three areas to work with. So will we take any kind of high? So ideally we'll have at least one break to the upside right now. So real rangy, don't want to enter here. Okay, great. And we took this one as well. And now the question is if we will tap into the nearest daily zone. We have this impulse correction and possible impulse to the downside, but I don't know. I don't want to follow it right now. We have this bullishness. Okay, so we are breaking, but again, it's so rangy. Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, so we took this high. We are starting to move to the downside. We have this impulse correction impulse here. ICI. So let's just but you know, I think that it will go and take this one before moving to the downside. Didn't want to do it, and I think I missed the trade. So we now taken this, and we have impulse correction impulse, but now we broke the low itself. So you know, I'm still waiting. Okay, great. Okay, now we took these highs. We kind of mitigated the deeper zones here from this leg, and now we have this impulse correction impulse in possible development, but again the price action is just like moving from one range to the other range, pretty messy. Okay, great. Mitigating even higher into the daily zone. Great. So do I want to follow bullish here? No, because of daily. And we have some shifts to the to the downside on 4 hours. So we took this, we made a move and created this chain. Let's see how it will develop. Okay, we have impulse correction, impulse, possible continuations to the downside. So let's just enter here and here. We just mitigated the zone, so the market could go from here, but to be honest, my main expectation is just ranginess. This market tend to range a lot. So we have some move to the downside and then more move to the downside. Waiting for break-even level. It would be great to break to the downside. Okay, moving to break-even, and it's no, it should hit the target right now, I guess. Yeah, so the question is, yeah, you know, it's a break-even. It's a break-even, unfortunately. And let's continue. So we are still holding the same bearish context here. And let's see what the market wants to do. Still in the same daily zone, breaking it to the upside, and we will most likely now hit this zone that is one of the zones responsible for this bearishness, this one and these deeper ones. So let's just wait. Okay, so again, it could hit it, but it does not need to. This could be a possible distribution, so back and forth, followed by 3 shifts to the downside, 1 shift to the upside, redistribution. Again, almost all price action is really choppy, and I'm orienting myself more on the structures. But yeah. Yeah. So now what I want to see, at least some kind of liquidity taken, because right now we are extended in the leg itself on the daily in 4 hours, so this is what I want. Yeah, so something like this, even deeper would be great. And now let's try to bring it down if we will trigger. So we triggered, starting a move. Okay, so this is a break even, and this time I think we should hit take profit. Yeah, great. Okay, nice. And what we have on the market, we continue to move in the direction of these lows that we discussed. These lows is our main target. We're just breaking the low on weekly. And what is responsible for the break? So if we are looking for the swings themselves, then we have this bigger swing point, and now we are breaking, so now we will expect either this or pullback, some stoppage, but of course it can just fall as well. And so our zones of interest are basically this one. So all this zone could be treated as separate, but let's say this bigger zone. What we have on daily? On daily we have, yeah, this. Okay, so it seems like I'm still here. And on daily we have this zone here, and this zone also could be interesting as approximate area of power in the market, let's say, of money, because it's also responsible for the break and this one. So at the moment the leg on 4 hour is overextended, so it's just nothing to do for me here. Okay, great. So we are liquidating this high, and now will we fall just from here? So let me clean a bit. Okay. And yeah, just falling. Keeps falling. Okay. Okay, so let's follow the price action here. It would be great to hit the zone, but let's just hit this bigger, higher time frame lows. So stop loss hit, now deeper zone. Yeah, so this was pretty overextended. Can we follow bullishness? I don't think so. We have too many significant zones to react to. If it would do something like this, it would be great to follow. Otherwise, it's a bit rangy here. Okay, nice. And we have a setup. We have impulse correction and impulse, so let's follow it to the downside. Okay, one loss, and we are just moving to the upside. And we have this deeper zone to work with, so what I will do is just follow this immediate price action on 4 hours, and if we break it to the upside, we'll try to go with it. Okay, some bullishness there, but entered on overextended leg, and it takes me out. Okay, so again, Now the question, how strong the reaction will be after the liquidation of the low, if we will have the fuel to go all the way, or we will return back to stop loss. So we have a lot of lows here, a lot of liquidity. It would be great. Okay, so just breaking it, definitely a break even. And now let's see. Okay, so this is a winner. So you see my shorts here was extended. This was too early. This long was not needed at all. So I just covered this. Okay, let's move further. We are still bearish. We are still targeting same lows here. Same lows here. We are extended on the daily leg. So what happened here? What happened here? So we discussed that this zone is interesting because it was responsible also for the break, and then we just mitigated it and started to go. And basically right now this leg is the same as this leg, and this high is the same as this high, this high is the same as this high. So our zones of interest will be roughly this and this. Right now we are extended. The closest zone is this one. Yeah, and 4 hours is just extended as well. So some pullback starts, but I don't want to trade it because I'm just afraid it will be really short term, and don't want to continue bearish from here as well, because we are in this range and extend it a bit. I want more highs to be taken out. So this this is a very important. Okay, yeah, my hands are just hurting. So what we have here, we have these monthly lows that we will definitely hit. Oh yeah, I see. So on monthly, and kind of we created this redistribution. Impulse correction, impulse. So let's try to follow it like this and like this. So let's wait for one more break to go break even. So we are moving to break even, and this is take profit. So far on this backtest we are plus 8R on 15 trades. So it's not bad. And let's let's just finish here because it's already 1 hour and I'm just tired. Okay, so this was the backtest. Hope you enjoyed. I guess it was pretty boring. Okay, bye.